tech, basically?
That's a good question. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities out there. To be honest, it's a little bit difficult recently because what everything that happened with COVID, the company going remote and not really being able to know how to manage that and win the economy. But like, there's still a lot of opportunity out there. What I would say is try to, if you start in tech, if you start in tech, don't try to learn everything. It's impossible. There is so many programming languages out there. There is always like a new framework coming out every week. It's impossible to know everything. So try to focus on things that you get excited about, that you can be passionate about, and that there's also opportunities to have a job out there. The second tip I would give to people is try to be public about your learning. Like put things on GitHub, even if those are just like exercise that you do for school, or if you do like an online programs, try to blog about your journey about learning a new programming language. And because like those things are going to be useful when you're going to start to look for your first job, you're going to be able to show people that, hey, you may not have the professional experience, but you're going to have, like, you can show your way of thinking, you can show what you learn, how you learn. And the last thing I would say, like I could talk about that for a long time. I love talking with people starting in tech. The other thing I would say is that don't be afraid to talk to people, connect with people. Go ping people like me who've been in tech for 5, 10, 20 years and ask them like, hey, would you like to have like a coffee chat with me, or like just talk for 15, 20 minutes, trying to get some tips, connect with people. Because as much as like a pretty nice resume is going to help you land a job, it's often about contact, about who know you. So just trying to connect with people, get advice and tips from other people. Like most people will say yes, because I would assume, maybe I'm seeing just a positive side of things, but I would assume that most people just want to help other people. So worst case, they're going to say no. Best case scenario, they're going to be like, hey, yeah, I have 15 minutes tomorrow. Happy to chat with you and share my experience.
Yeah, that's very true. It's one of the way that we are trying to help those people that are trying to get in tech. That's why we are hosting this podcast. So I think everybody around the world are very open to help people to get into tech. And if you get to tech, the skills you need to maintain the tech. So those are the reason why you see a lot of people hosting podcasts, hosting live stream, and organizing event as a whole, and having community, growing community. And yeah, thanks so much for sharing that with us. I think that's a lot